Title: She posted a TikTok bragging, keeping his ring, dumping the man. Thousands of comments cheered her on. I stayed silent. When the pawn shop told her it was worthless, I saw it first through a friend's forwarded link. A TikTok. Her face smug, her voice sugar-coated venom. Keeping his ring, dumping the man, she bragged, winking into the camera. The caption dripped with arrogance. Ladies, take notes. He's crying, I'm shining. The video had already crossed 200,000 views when I opened it. The comments, thousands of them, were her cheering squad. I didn't cry. Not then. I just stared at her face on my phone screen, the same face I once swore to protect. She grinned while holding up the ring I had slipped onto her finger, believing it meant forever. To her, it was a trophy. To me, in that moment, it became a weapon. I met her 3 years earlier, back when I still believed love was a clean language. She made it feel easy. We weren't rich, but we built little rituals that made life worth living. Cheap wine on Fridays, late-night drives just to talk, silly notes left in lunchboxes. For a long time, she felt like home. So I missed the signs, the sudden excuses, the way her phone always faced down, the laugh that used to belong to me, echoing now in rooms I wasn't in. The real fracture came quietly. One night, she came home late, smelling of cologne I didn't own. I asked. She lied. I didn't press. Instead, I memorized. I learned to watch. And when the truth finally surfaced, her TikTok taunt, it didn't sting like fire. It chilled me like steel. I didn't smash anything, didn't beg, didn't storm her apartment to demand answers. That's what she wanted. Chaos, a scene, proof of her power. Instead, I played the fool she thought I was. I congratulated her, told her to keep the ring, as she wished, smiled even. And then I began. First, I checked the comments. She tagged the pawn shop she planned to visit, an attempt at product placement for her growing influencer career. That was my opening. I reached out to the shop before she ever walked in. I spun a story, a sentimental ring, family heirloom, no real monetary value. The manager, a practical man, agreed to play along when I showed him proof of the ring's make. Cubic zirconia, stainless steel base, worth less than a dinner bill. She never knew. She still paraded it online like it was diamond-cut eternity. I waited. The day came when she strutted into that pawn shop, live-streaming the whole thing. Her followers flooded the chat, urging her to demand the highest price. The manager examined the ring under the harsh fluorescent light, his face deliberately blank. Then came the pause, the shake of the head. The words, delivered flat and merciless. "Ma'am, this isn't real. I can give you maybe $20. Her laugh cracked. She tried to argue, her voice faltering, the confidence dripping out like air from a punctured tire. The stream caught every second, her stammering disbelief, the way her hand trembled as she snatched the ring back, the chat exploding with laughter. She ended the live in humiliation. But the internet never forgets. Screen recordings multiplied, memes sprouted. For weeks, her name was synonymous with cheap rings and empty boasts. She texted me that night, furious. "What the hell did you give me? People are mocking me everywhere." I typed back slowly. "You kept the ring. You dumped the man. That was the deal, wasn't it?" I didn't block her. I wanted her to read my silence. Silence speaks longer than rage ever does. But I wasn't finished. Revenge is most satisfying when it lingers. I leaked just enough to a few forums, details about how she faked stories for clout, borrowed money from friends she never repaid, staged surprise gifts from brands that never sponsored her. Proof attached. The internet did the rest. Her follower count plummeted. Brands blacklisted her. Friends turned into ghosts. She tried new videos, teary-eyed apologies, claiming she'd been manipulated. But sincerity can't be faked when your audience already smells the rot. The comments turned cruel. She once lived for their validation. Now she drowned in their scorn. I didn't watch all of them. Just enough. Enough to know justice had teeth. The last time I saw her in person was by accident at a grocery store months later. She looked smaller, weighed down by invisible hands pressing on her shoulders. When our eyes met, she froze, as if waiting for gloating or confrontation. I gave her nothing, just a calm nod, cart rolling past hers, as though she were another stranger buying expired bread. And in that moment, I saw it land, the realization that she hadn't just lost me, she had lost the stage, the spotlight, the audience that once cheered her cruelty. I tell this not to boast, but because silence has power, because not every war is won by shouting. Some are won by patience, by precision, by letting the truth burn louder than any lie. She thought she buried me with humiliation. Instead, she built her own pyre and struck the match herself. I only made sure the world was watching. And when the laughter rose, echoing across the same internet where she once reigned, it was louder than anything she ever forced from me. Justice doesn't always roar. Sometimes it chuckles, cruel and satisfied. I didn't need her ring. I didn't need her apology. I had silence, patience, and the final laugh. And in the end, that was worth more than any diamond.